have a strategy of just buzz and then work it out, or anticipate, or Jamie, what was your team, or did you have a strategy at all?
None whatsoever, which was pretty much the theme throughout the entire run, to be honest. I never wanted to buzz until I knew the answer, because there's no point risking losing a point, but also basically giving it to the other team, because then that results in a 3-point swing. So you've lost out there majorly. And so I always wanted to make sure I knew the answer before I buzzed in. A couple of times I buzzed in thinking I knew the answer, and realizing, oh good lord, I actually don't. I've misread it, and then teammate Gareth came in and saved my bacon. But our strategy was more or less play it safe, only buzz in if you know the answer. But then they did get to the point in a couple of games when we were behind, and then my teammate Kieran said he started to think, I need to just buzz while if I've got an idea, buzz while I'm working it out. I always did the thing where if I saw an ND, I knew that was an and so I tried to separate either side of the ND, and then you can work it out much more easily from there.
Interesting. Yeah, Michael McPartland's put up, if it's one you need to work out, only buzz when you know. If it's a short, straightforward buzzer race kind of set, buzz and then work out. And that reminds me of when I was on and we were against Helen Lipple and Simon Coppell's team. Can't remember what they were called. I think it might be Felinophiles. But there was a set on football stadiums. So it's like, I'm going to know this. When as soon as it comes up, I'm going to know. So, my tactic was to buzz in. And even then, she beat me on Main Road, which still ranks. And
then sometimes you've got the ones where the category comes up and you know what one of them's going to be.
Yes.
They had in that semi-final fit, they had a group on things from Denmark. And we just knew they were going to put Sandy Toksvig in there. And Elsa and I, both as 15-1 winners, were determined we weren't going to miss that one. The other team were also waiting for it, but thankfully we got in. Just the minute it flashed up, we're straight in.
We had exactly the same thing. There was, what was it? Things that are not spaniels. And all six of us were hovering, waiting for King Charles to appear. And the second it did, you just heard 6 buzzers go bash. Yeah. And it's just, who's connects first.
Yeah, I remember we had, again, it's that sort of thing that Dave was saying about, and knowing something's going to come up, and it was things that you can do at the YMCA. And so I was going through the song, you can have a good meal, but I could only keep one in my memory, because you're looking out for the combination of vowels at the start, consonants at the start, that will give you that answer. And it just meant that I ignored the first 2 or 3 because I was just waiting for that one to come up. But it's a tricky one, because I think when you've got the complicated ones where things are shifting around like you had tonight, just needed that little bit of extra time to kind of pass what was going on and work out that if it's major, then what's below. That sort of one, you don't really want to be buzzing in too early, just in case you don't see it.
And I think more often than not, you can tell when somebody has buzzed in knowing the answer, but they're doing it carefully, because like that, the one from last week, which was Young, Stills, Crosby and Nash, or whatever that combination was, which is staggering. You could tell that they knew the answer, but were just going through it carefully, because one minuscule slip up and you lose the point. So I think you can tell when someone knows it and they're going carefully, between when they're working it out on the fly, which I don't think goes down very well.